Mr. Biggs.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I thank the witnesses for being here today. Mrs. Gorman, thank you. Particularly Mr. Abraham, thank you. And I appreciate, Mrs. Gorman, the way you called folks across the aisle out. I want to tell you that this isn't just the fourth hearing. We actually had a field hearing in Phoenix, Arizona on this, where we had angel families come in and testify. Do you know how many from Democrats came? Not one. Zero. No one came. They didn't care enough to come to that field hearing. What a shame. Really, really too bad. They needed to hear what had gone on. I think we had 7 families at that one. Well, so federal law, we got it up here, right here, a little bit low behind me here, says clearly no city, county, or state can block its officers from sharing immigration information with the federal government. It's not complicated. Ms. Pierce, Illinois Trust Act tells local officers they cannot share information with ICE. Is that a direct violation of federal law?
It is not. 8 U.S.C. 1373 directs that local officials cannot restrict officials within their jurisdiction from sharing information about immigration status.
So you don't think this, so if Illinois' law, their Trust Act, which says they cannot provide information in response to any immigration agent's inquiry or request for information regarding any individual in the agency's custody, they can't provide that. You don't think that's a violation of 1373A? I guess that's why things are so screwed up. And let me just tell you that we're going to go along here and talk about Sheridan Gorman and Katie Abraham, because I'm telling you and I'm asserting that this has not been settled by any court. Your statement's not been settled by any court. And it's under review still. And I don't believe that the families of Sheridan or Katie or any other angel family would say, yeah, you should be allowed to withhold information. That's what you saw in this particular case. Sheriff Redmond, you ever see that? Your state, they're trying to prevent you from providing this information to ICE or other federal authorities?
Yes, sir.
Give us an example, please.
So we're able to share some limited information. The gentleman that I call him gentleman, the suspect that was arrested in my jurisdiction for the lewd acts with a child, that information under SB 54 that I provided to them I was not legally able to provide that information.
So we've got a set of facts here. Jose Medina entered this country illegally. He had no address, no ID, and no legal status. Went to Chicago, he was arrested for shoplifting. Chicago had him in custody. ICE was never notified. He walked out the door, got an OR, if I understand right, never showed back up for his court date. Nobody went looking for him, because that's the way it is. It's a shoplifting case. Nobody's going to go look for a shoplifter. Less than 3 years later, he shot Sheridan Gorman in the head in a Chicago park. Now you got 8 U.S.C. 1324 makes it a federal crime to knowingly conceal, harbor, or shield an illegal alien from detection. Were those facts met, do you think, Ms. Pierce? When Chicago took Medina into custody, they knew he was in the country illegally. They knew he had a criminal charge pending. They released him back onto the street. Did they shield? Do you think that was shielding?
No, sir. When Medina was booked into custody, those fingerprints were shared with the Department of Homeland Security and with ICE. ICE had access to that information.
Did they transfer him to ICE? The answer is no. So the question would be, at what point does systematically refusing to notify ICE, knowing an individual is unlawfully present, has a criminal record, cross into shielding someone from detection? That's really the question here. And what you can take that position and say, well, you know what? We just don't think that's right. And that's what a sanctuary jurisdiction does. They say, we're not going to provide that information. If ICE has a detainer, we're not going to transfer them to them, because they want only a criminal arrest warrant. They don't want an ICE hold. They don't want an ICE detainer. They want an actual criminal arrest warrant. Those are two distinctive things. But what you do is is you allow a very dangerous illegal alien back onto the street, wreaking havoc in our communities. And that's the piss ant shame of it all.
Gentleman's time has expired. Mr. Raskin.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.